and welcome. My name is Amanda and I am a clinical hypnotherapist. In this video I am going to be teaching you how to improve your mental health and get your life back on track. I have been studying the mind for the last 16 years, and in order for me to be good at my job and to help my clients, I have to keep my own mental health in pristine condition. So in my experience of working with many people's brains and improving many people's mental health and my own, and the feedback that I have got back from my clients, they get so much from understanding with easy to follow information exactly what is happening in their brain when you've got poor mental health and how it gets there in the first place. So let's just get straight into this video, and what I want to say first off is most of us are attaching our happiness to conditions. So the house, the car, the likes, the weight loss, the I'll be happy when situation. If this is you, then you are probably a person who struggles with poor mental health, and this video will be perfect for you. So happiness comes from feeling good, and feeling good is the result of looking after the mind consistently, which is the key word here. So let's look at it another way. Here's what happens when you don't attend to your garden. Here is what happens when you don't attend to your relationships, your dishes, your washing, your health. So what do you think happens when you don't tend to your mind? You see, I like to think about the mind like dirty washing, your dishes, your garden. Can you imagine if you did not do your washing for 3 weeks with a family of 3 or even 1? It would start to smell, you wouldn't have anything to wear, it would be nasty. So I want to now show you a diagram of what's happening in your brain when you have poor mental health that you're not tending to. It still blows my mind that we are never on our own to-do list. So you've got your dishes on your to-do list, your washing on your to-do list, your hoovering, but my question is, have you got your own head on your to-do list? Are you on your to-do list? And if you're not or haven't been for quite some time, then you are probably someone who has poor mental health. So in this diagram, I'm going to give you a visual of exactly what's happening in your brain, and with that then it can totally relate to how you've been feeling, but most importantly how we go about clearing it all up so that you feel better and your mental health improves. So you've got your brain. Please excuse my art. Art is not one of my strengths. So when I speak about the brain, there's only 3 important parts when it comes to what I teach. So in the previous video I spoke about the conscious mind, which is about 5% of us, and the unconscious mind, which is about 95% of us. And today, when we're speaking about mental health, we're going to talk about this guy, which is known as the amygdala. So this is what makes you do what you do. And this guy is where your fight, flight or freeze is. And all information that comes into you has to get through him first, or her. So if you had a brain that never experienced any trauma or stress, you love your life, you love your job, you're just living in a little happy bubble, then well done. However, most people, even if they don't have past traumas, they have some build-up stuck in this guy. So how does that relate to you, and what may that look like in your daily life? So that may look like information comes in, i.e. you think about an interview that you've got, and because you have some track built up daily stress, so this is built up daily stuff. This is a person who does no relaxation, does no journaling, does no exercise, and potentially there is stuck trauma here from the past as well. But let's imagine we're living that life that we want to, that perfect life. You'd be able to think, I've got an interview, the information would travel up and go to the right parts of the brain, and you would be able to think rationally, keep calm, access all the information from your unconscious mind, all of the times you were amazing at that job, the experience that you're going to need for the job in question. I don't think I've ever met the person with that type of brain yet, and certainly didn't have it myself. But let's say the other kind of person, someone who's maybe got a stressful job, they maybe don't meditate, then anytime any information comes in, a compliment, anything positive, the slightest bit stressful, and you've got stuck built up stuff in your amygdala, a build up of stress in here, a build up of anger, trauma, fill in the blank. I like to call this, and I've got a picture of it in the previous page, so I'm just going to use this, the pressure cooker. So down here is normal workable levels of stress, and up here we have, you're about to pop, PTSD, poor mental health. Now how does that pressure cooker build? So it's all that stuck daily build up stuff on top of all the other stuff. So it can be, you go through school, you get bullied, you push it down, you bury that down. You maybe have worries, you maybe struggled at school, maybe a pet died when you were younger. Like, that is trauma to your amygdala, to your brain, if it wasn't processed correctly, i.e. someone didn't speak to you about it, or, and back in the day, I don't know about you, but mental health was never spoke about. It was all brush it under the carpet. Maybe you then go to secondary school, you struggle with your work, you get bullied, you meet a partner, you have a breakup, maybe you have a breakdown, maybe you don't like your neighbour, argue with your sister, lose your job, don't sleep well, suffer domestic violence, maybe you've got an abusive relationship, and all of that stuff is just building up in your amygdala. So when you feel like your thoughts are out of control, your negative thinking, that you're on a hamster wheel that you can't get off of, it's actually just because you haven't been tending to your build up of daily stuff. So life is so hard. Life is very, very, very hard, and we have to be tending to this guy on a daily basis. Now, that doesn't have to scare you. So when we tend to our mind, when we tend to our daily build up of stuff, it starts to clear that pressure cooker, and instead of it being a full tank, you're then getting it maybe just a little bit, and a little bit of stress, a little bit of anything is good. And so your job is to constantly be chipping away at this, cleaning away at this, just like you do your garden, you're washing your dishes. And when you start to clean this guy, instead of you bouncing straight to the anger, the outburst, the burying your head in the sand, the information starts to get back up to the correct parts of your brain, and ultimately the result is you start to feel better. You can think clearer, you're more in control of your emotions, you make better choices, therefore it's not leading you down into any situations that you don't desire. So what if it didn't take much to turn all this around? What if clearing the built up stuff in your brain took the same amount of energy as it does to get through some of those things on your to-do list? Put your washing on, hang your washing, do your dishes. We are talking picking the phone up and speaking to someone, writing your feelings down on a bit of paper at the end of the night, doing a simple breathing exercise, a 3-minute breathing exercise. If you can spend 3 minutes on social media or helping someone else, then you can spend 3 minutes on your mind. This is what I tell myself every day. We are talking a walk, affirmations, a workout, or maybe you have tried those things and potentially it is about hiring a coach, speaking to someone that you get on well with. The reality is, guys, if you don't do your dishes for a day, 3 days a week, or you're washing, yes, it may smell, yes, it may be unpleasant, but your happiness and how you feel and your mental health is everything. If you work on that, the way you do your to-do list, your relationships will improve, how you show up will improve, your performance. Your entire to-do list is full of all of that other stuff, and your head isn't on it, you are not on it. All of these things on the grand scheme of it are not life-threatening. My question is, are you going to put you on your to-do list? That pressure cooker can get really, really ugly. I've seen it. It can cause havoc with your life, but it is avoidable if you choose to attend to your mind. So get yourself on the to-do list, guys, and your future self will thank you for it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel to see more of it, and remember to follow me over on Instagram at Mrs. Brain Trainer. Until I next see you, I wish you all the best.